For 20 years, our house has experienced a lot.
He's back! Are you kidding me?
Triumph, defeat, heartbreak, euphoria. It's been home to legends, and legends in the making. We've watched homegrown kids grow up here and welcome friends who became family.
The ballpark is in a frenzy!
Like our fans, this place has developed a reputation. And that's just the way we like it. In a city bursting at the seams with history, our house has had its fair share.
Howling drive, way out of here!
Grand Slam Victorino! The Philadelphia Phillies are going to the World Series!
But it's not time to harp on history.
It's time to make more history.
He's gonna just watch it go!
Our team story is not done. It's barely been written.
Something's brewing with this team, John.
We're here for the long haul and the long ball.
That one is gonna be long gone!
It's been a fun 2 decades,
Son of a gun, I love this place.
but this is the only looking back we're doing
With a rainmaker!
because we're tired of knocking on the door. It's time to kick it down.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sorry in Advance. Another episode where the Phillies happen to be winning while we're streaming. And if you are watching, Scott, wow, I've never said it on here. Sorry, I never wanted to. Scott's picture is lagging, but his audio is fine. So,
Thank God.
mm-hmm. He was having some technical difficulties last week. But right now, the Phillies are up 4-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Bryson Stott just knocked in Max Kepler with a nice triple. So
Yeah, speaking of that triple, the ball bounced off so far off the wall, almost bounced in the infield.
no. And here's Kyle Schwarber, who's probably going to hit, another home run. So that's fine. He's going to have 74 by the end of the year. Speaking of Kyle Schwarber, we will start our show off. And yeah, we are starting a little bit early. Just because I'm tired. I'm sure Scott's tired. And 5 or 6 minutes isn't going to make a big difference. So,
No.
So getting right into this. I mean, the fact that what Kyle Schwarber is doing is kind of insane, and I need to keep turning around and looking just in case, because he's now hitting 257. So I apologize that my stats are not that up to date, but they are as up to date as possible before the game. So, oh my God, that was a perfect pitch to just crush to.
Yeah,
anyway,
it was.
so right now Kyle Schwarber is in a, I will say surprisingly, in a race with Ohtani and Pete Crow Armstrong for MVP. My personal opinion is they're going to give it to Ohtani no matter what, because the MLB loves to just live on their knees for Ohtani. So, but I mean, hey, he is the NL leader in home runs and RBIs. So,
he's also the leader in baseball in RBIs.
Is he past Raleigh?
Yeah, he's yesterday when I saw, he was 6 or 7 ahead of him.
Really?
Yeah, Raleigh was at 84 or 88. Okay. I'm sorry.
Wow, I didn't think he was that far ahead. Yeah, because I know. Oh yeah, it's Raleigh has 88, Alonso has 90, and Schwarber has 94. Okay. Yeah, he's 9 ahead of Judge. And he's 7 ahead of Suarez.
20 more RBIs than Ohtani.
Yeah. So I think that's the funny thing is they're going to sit there and say, oh, it's because Ohtani pitches and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, he didn't pitch until 2 weeks ago.
And he's only thrown 15 innings.
He's thrown 15 innings. I saw somebody say, oh, Ohtani's going to deserve it. He's going to throw at least 60 innings with sub 250 ERA. And I'm like, let's rein it in here.
All right. So he's thrown 15 innings. Kyle Schwarber has played left field for 43 innings.
Exactly. So you really want to do
and
this
he's
whole
and
thing
he's a
where,
DH.
right? I say, you really want to do this whole some certain host said today, a DH doesn't deserve to be
MVP.
I'm like, I'm sorry. 2 of your 3 home run leaders, like Ohtani's a DH. Let's be real.
Yeah, he's not a pitcher.
He was a DH for the majority of the year. I don't want to hear that shit. That
well, not only that, like who like if you're talking DHs shouldn't be MVP. Wasn't like back then wasn't David Ortiz a DH and he won MVP?
Yeah. It's also the fact too is just like how many times that we're talking about an MVP do we think, man, his fielding percentage was fantastic. They always bring up your offensive numbers first when they talk about an MVP.
Yeah, and guess what? In 06 when Howard won MVP, if there was a DH, he would have been DH and he would have won MVP.
Right. So I don't want to hear the whole a DH shouldn't be like stop. It's just not you, but like it's just stupid. It's absolutely stupid that you think a DH, because you're right. They're absolutely not part of the game. What if every single one of their home runs was to give you the lead to tie up a ball game where all in impactful moments? That doesn't mean anything at all.
Yeah, it just that whole thing doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. So, let me see. Let's see. Pitching. Shohei Ohtani so far this season pitching. He has pitched for 3 innings.
And he can't even get out of it without getting hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. He was for stiffness or soreness or whatever the hell he was complaining for already. Let's see. Let's see. He threw 1 inning on June 16th, 1 inning on June 22nd, 2 innings on June 28th. He had 3 strikeouts. So sign me up because that's
MVP numbers.
And 3. Yeah, those are MVP numbers, and those are also, let's see, relief pitcher numbers.
Throw him in the Cy Young.
He's thrown 11 innings so far. He's allowed 11 hits and 3 runs, and he has 14 strikeouts. Fine, but I'm just like, dude, don't stop. Like, if you're gonna blow somebody, then find someone better. I'm not saying he's bad, but I'm just like, stop living on the Ohtani is ruling baseball thing. Like
he's a two-way player.
Yeah, when he pitches a full season, then fine, I'll accept that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so with that being said, it is absolutely insane what we're witnessing with Kyle Schwarber, and it's not all surprising because he's in a contract year. However, it is also should be mentioned that this has literally been exactly the player that we have seen every single year that we have had him.
Very, very consistent.
Yeah, he has been ridiculously consistent. And I mean, he's currently at Ryan and I were talking about this. His first year here, 46 home runs, 94 RBIs. So he's already tied his RBI total from his first year here. 47 and 104, 38 and 104, 40 and 94 is where he's at now. He will get 10 more RBIs. He will probably get 20 more RBIs in the next 2 months.
I think he's going to hit 12 more home runs. I like the whole Chasing Howard thing. I don't like that's going to be hard.
18 home runs and there's
50 games left.
Here's the thing. In his last 22 or 20 games, he has 12 home runs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane. And he's got 29 RBIs and 15 runs scored. So, hello, mother.
Hey.
So I'm just saying, if you want to go by what he's done in the last 20 games, I mean, 18 more home runs, he would tie or beat Howard, right?
Well,
I think it was 58 home runs.
Yeah, it's 58. So the last 20 games, he has 12 home runs. If the next, say, 20 games, he hits 12 more, he's at 52.
And then he has another 30?
Yeah, I mean...
That's a hell of a run he would have to go on.
Yeah. I mean, and it also, I guess it depends on where the Phillies are at in the standings as well.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I mean, nothing against, like...
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's insane. I mean, you have to go for the division. I don't want the week off anymore. I don't want the best record.
No.
Keep playing. But I mean, he's got
No, because you see how that's done in the past.
yeah. And I picked 20 games because I looked actually when I was doing it, and it's actually good evening, Donna.
What's up, Don?
Thank you for all the posts that you've been doing too. I
Yes.
just saw your one on TikTok too. That was very nice of you. Thank you. I look because this 20 games includes the last game of the Padres series, and if I would have known that, I would have just went back like 22 games. So with that, he's probably at like 13 homers, 30, 31 RBIs. So you figure in 20 games, he's averaging an RBI and a half, pretty much. So it's like...
And it's crazy because like these stats are better than what Kepler has had all year.
They're better than what Kepler's had all year for what he's done in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's insane. I mean, all around. He's probably struck out less, too. I should look that up. Also, just throwing that out here, he is like Schwarber's striking out a lot less, too.
Well, he's mashing left-handed pitching.
Dude, he is, I mean, one of the best left-handed hitters in the game right now.
I think he's batting like 375.
Leaders
against lefties.
Versus... I would love to. Yeah, I would love to look. I need to look.
I saw a stat. It was like home runs against lefties. I think he was at 15, and like the next closest person was at like 8 home runs.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane. I need to see. Oh God, MLB's website sucks. Even expanded, it's just like just keep searching, bud. Anyway, it's just the fact that like how insane. Also, I just wanted to say this is the Grand Slam picture in the background here.
Yeah, speaking of that, just what an absolute great fun game to watch last night. It, like literally what felt like a playoff game.
And I'll tell you what, one thing that I just want to be acknowledged too is that Harrison Bader is the one that gave us the lead.
Who is not playing tonight?
Who is not, dude? I immediately heard it today. Like when
I knew it was coming,
game, and it was just like, oh, Rob Thompson said he's going to get time. He's going to get time, but
has a great game.
As soon as you say, oh, but like, well, when? Like, and I understand he does good against righties more than he does against lefties, but I'm like, again, we've had this conversation. I feel about Marsh about Kepler, about Stott. You can't get better if you don't face them. So, I mean, Marsh, don't get me wrong, is actually doing pretty good lately.
Yeah, he's been hitting real well.
I just feel like, did we just trade for a piece? Kind of like the Yankees. The Yankees traded for Jake Bird, and they just sent him down. I'm like, you literally had him pitch 2 innings, but Jake Bird sucks, so.
They need to send that whole bullpen down. All the new acquisitions that they got, and they
had a great first game.
Yeah.
Of course, honestly, I enjoy everything you guys do. I want to make sure your name. Thank you, Don. I
Appreciate that.
Casey, it's funny you say that. Casey said, crazy we celebrate sub 300 averages in MLB now. It is actually like, it's like 270
is the average.
Like the new 300 for what's celebrated. It's
because people don't look at that anymore. People just look at home runs and RBIs.
They look at home run totals, RBIs, on base percentage, launch angle, all the other crap,
velocity, like how fast it's coming off the bat,
exit velocity. And we said the same thing about pitching. It's not about going 7 anymore. 5 innings get you paid.
Yep.
5 innings gets you a max deal now in baseball.
We're close to it.
I mean, if that's the case, Christopher Sanchez is probably one of the most underpaid pitchers in baseball right now.
And he's in, and I mean, frankly, he might be a little bit ahead of Wheeler right now after Wheeler's last start.
Yeah, Wheeler's out of the his start's out of the All-Star break.
Yeah,
kind of struggling. I don't know what the deal is.
He goes through this though. It's like always like a small portion of the year where he has like a couple bad starts or shaky starts.
And I mean, we said before about how, or I've said it, and I think you've agreed with me, where I think the one thing that annoys me a lot about Wheeler is like by the 5th inning, he's always at like 80, 85 pitches. But again, like we just said,
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Well, with our bullpen, it matters.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later. But anyway, so right now, it really is between I think Schwarber, Ohtani, and Pete Crow Armstrong. Last I looked, like it's Tatis is there, but it's Schwarber's 10-1 right now, and Tatis is 75-1. That's the closest. But Ohtani's still the favorite. It's
like I said, it's gonna be everyone's just gonna ride Ohtani.
Yeah. The other thing for the Phillies was obviously because it's like we should have done an episode because it's been like 5 days. But the trade deadline acquisition, obviously we got Johan Duran and Harrison Bader. Bader's first hit the other night as a Philly was a huge 3-run home run that it was a tie game going into like the 6th, I think. 5th or 6th.
No, I think it was the 7th.
Was it? It was later in the game.
It was right before it was because JT started off, or JT. Remember JT had that call? I thought he was out at first, and that's what sparked the rally. Remember that's when they went off. Mm-hmm. I thought he was out, to be honest with you.
It was close, but I thought he was safe the whole way. I thought it was later in the game. It was past the 5th. How about that?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what. I mean, Bader hasn't been bad. His first game, I think he came off the bench and he had a good walk.
Yes.
That kept the inning going, and he ended up scoring against the Tigers. And that was when we got to see Johan Duran come in and absolutely just
smoke the ball.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Hitting 103 on Sunday night. Sunday night.
He didn't throw. He threw all fastball Sunday.
Yeah, it was insane. And again, with the sinker or
the splinker,
whatever. Like seriously, it reminds me of when we got Roy Halladay and he was throwing to the guys in like spring training and stuff, and he was thrown to Utley, and Utley literally just turned around and he was like, "How are we supposed to hit this shit?"
Yeah,
I think that's
what this is.
What this is, yeah.
And I'll tell you what, sparked some electricity and good vibes in the Phillies clubhouse.
Oh yeah, big time. Gonna be crazy when he goes to Boston.
Too bad he's not a free agent for 2 years.
Maybe he means Harrison Bader. Maybe Harrison Bader goes to Boston in the offseason. But I mean, when you talk about, I know it seems like the biggest one that people were more upset about was Eduardo Tate with them giving up.
I'm just over it.
He's 18 years old in Single A, and they're already saying that like they're not sure he's going to stay a catcher. It's just like, all right, so what were you supposed to do? Hold on to him for 4 or 5 years,
and get nothing,
and hope he works out. Like if that's the case, then yeah, they're probably going to sign JT. We know they're going to sign JT. I hope it's for a much cheaper team. I'll say it now. There is zero chance Kyle Schwarber goes to Boston.
He ain't going back there. If anywhere, he goes to Cincinnati.
I know I said the same thing. Cincinnati, I feel like is just the more I watch them, I'm like, I thought he would because it's where he's from. Like he's from Ohio. Yeah. I just don't. You have Terry Francona and everything. Are they close? If we if we win a World Series this year, then I think that kind of changes it a little bit.
Then he would go there.
I think then he would go. I don't see Cincinnati as much anymore. Just that team's not. They're still figuring it out, and I don't think they're going to be ready in the next 2 years with the way that the Cubs are, the Brewers, and I don't see it happening. Again, unless he's the type of person who doesn't care. He's already won a World Series in his career.
Yeah.
So He can go be a DH there, whatever. I tell you what, if he keeps hitting like this, you figure he's going to get a 3 or 4 year deal. He could play for another 5. Someone will agree with that.
I think he's going to get a 5-year deal or a 4-year deal with a player option or something.
Or a mutual at the end.
Yeah,
I said 3 and a mutual. So, and you just front load it maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, you also have to think from the way our commissioner's talking, there's not going to be baseball in 27. So that changes some things. Anyway, but back to this is I know everybody was a lot of people were upset about Eduardo Tate more than anything. And I just feel like it's of all the things why, it's not like you need the best catcher all the time. Excuse me. And I only mean that in a sense of you're not what are you supposed to do? Like JT, I think hasn't worked out for what we traded for.
I think he worked out when we went on the
first
World
2
Series
years. Yeah.
2022 he worked out.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, he's slowed down dramatically offensively.
Yeah.
He's still one of the top defensive catchers in baseball, but I mean, they'll sign JT to a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
I think
Harper will.
Well, I was just going to say one thing, and this is, I'm not trying to start drama, like whatever about Harper. I wish Harper was making more of the case for Schwarber like he did for JT.
Well, I think he is. I mean, he really said
more publicly.
Yeah.
Start wearing shirts. That's everything they were doing.
Yeah, it was also sort of a different time because that was during COVID.
I was during COVID, I know. But still.
So like they really couldn't speak to the media. I mean, they had practices that were like closed to everyone, and he
but he shouted while they're doing batting practice.
He's like, sign him
at the bank, screaming, sign him after he hits a home run, and I'm like, all right, well,
yeah.
So I would like that. Look, do I want him back? There's
1,000%.
1,000%. There's not one tiny bit of me that doesn't want him back, and I think not to compare it to Ryan Howard, but you're signing him for what he did and what you hope he will do, and we're gonna get him while he's gonna start aging a little, so I'm not going to expect 45 home runs a year from him, but being a DH will save your body. So
yes, exactly.
I think he could still, toward the end of his career, hit 30, 35. Why not?
I agree.
I mean, you see what's going on with Harper. I mean, Harper's been on a tear the last few weeks, and he still just got to 15 home runs.
Yeah.
So I just, Harper's a different player, obviously. Harper can hit for average. Harper will still get a high amount of RBIs, but he needs to stay healthy, which is, I think, also something scary is would they consider moving Harper still to DH? I think he will say no to that. I think he's that needs to be in the game.
Yeah, he needs to be in the game at all times.
Yeah. But the other one, too, is Mick Abel, who really, really, really did a fantastic job of working back his
trade value.
Because, I mean, it was, thank God the Phillies sent him back down instead of keeping him up to get him back on track. Because as soon as they sent him down, he was
dealing. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, and these numbers I have next to them, that is their current ratings with the Twins. So Eduardo Tate is immediately their number 4 and Abel's their number 6 prospect. And then Hendry Mendez over here, because, all we really worked with was the Twins. Yeah. They're now number 20, and Jeremy Vioria, whatever, is unranked. So that really was just, and it's, it's the same as like when we traded the other guys for
Carlos Estevez.
No, when we traded the shortstop who was never going to come up because we had
for Luzardo.
For Luzardo, yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm like, half the people never even heard of him. Like,
No.
so let's relax. It's, this is part of it. You have to trade. And I'm sorry. And it's Dombrowski, I think, did a great job. We had a good trade deadline. You got the top closer available on
In
the
all
market.
baseball.
In all the baseball, I mean, I like Mason Miller, and I have that a little bit later, but like, he shouldn't have been available.
No.
And that was probably the most shocking trade that I saw.
Oh yeah, without a doubt,
That-
because that was just insane.
But I mean, you can't be upset with what the Phillies did. They got, and they have control. They have him for another 2 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that's Dombrowski stuck to what he said, and he didn't want rentals. I mean, Bader technically is a rental, but you would I think you technically can keep him for another year, if I remember right. I thought it was another year. Yeah, it's a mutual option for next year for $10 million. So I mean, you could figure it out if you like him. He's good defensively, so you could see. These are my I didn't get a chance to ask you, but these are my deadline winners and losers.
Well, I can't believe you put the Yankees in there after the bullpen performance.
Well, the Yankees I did because they went out and just tried to fix their bullpen, and they got David Bednar, and I mean, I'm not including Jake Bird, but getting Bednar. I mean, going after McMahon, which they knew they needed a third baseman. So and McMahon's good. But I mean, things just haven't worked out great for them so far.
I mean, they come out and they get swept by the Marlins.
I know, dude. Like, it's absolutely insane. But I just feel like when it comes to the Yankees, like, I had to at least give that to them a little bit. Like and this is in no order. I'm not saying like, that San Diego's first, were fourth or whatever. But they got Bednar, what's his name? Caballero and Ahmed Rosario. Ahmed Rosario is a good platoon player. He still is.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And Camilo Duvall is still good. I mean, Anthony Volpe's struggling
mightily.
I think I saw a picture where it was just like this, like it was a picture of a guy on the Yankees from like 1914 or something like that, who had one arm, and they were like, yeah, he's hitting higher than Anthony Volpe was this year. So, but I mean, then you have Jazz Chisholm, who just stands there and watches a ball on the infield. And I'm like, dude, I have never seen. I'm literally saying, I'm like, what are you doing? He's not even looking at the play.
Yeah.
Dark Sage and I will have an interesting question for this panel in regards to baseball. Sure. Whatever your question is, I'll send it. Gad, what were you gonna say?
No, that Jazz Chisholm base running blunder, that was just bizarre. I don't know what he was trying to accomplish.
Stupid.
There.
It was stupid.
Yeah.
Seattle, I think, had a good one because they got the two guys that they wanted. I mean, that a lot of people wanted. They got Naylor and Suarez, both who played with them. So you just added to Cal Raleig's 42 home runs, another 35, 38 home runs. And Josh Naylor has the potential, but he's just having kind of a down year when it comes to home runs.
And they'll still end up missing the playoffs by a half a game.
I mean, yeah, which leads me to the Astros because they went and got
Correa.
Sanchez, traded back for Correa. And that's the thing is like Correa's playing third, not short, because Jeremy Pena's coming back. So you're still fine. They still have a great duo in Framber Valdez and Hunter Brown. Hunter Brown's having an insane year. And then they've been without Alvarez for the majority of the year.
Yeah, wait till he comes back.
Yeah, and like there's no like real timetable because I think I have him in my fantasy league. Like he's I think still a few weeks away because they said he just started taking like live BP and I'm like, that's 30 something home runs you're missing right there.
Yeah.
And I mean, they are still in first by only 3 games to the Mariners. And then the Rangers are only 4.5 behind them. Like, if you really look at all the Mariners are in the third wild card spot, that's a race. So it's just I think that's one of the things that really surprised me the most about the Guardians, is, or not the Guardians, the Twins. The Twins now are 7.5 out. When they went and traded everybody, they were only like 5 games out.
Yeah, I think that I just think they looked at the bigger picture and looked at all the teams in front of them and said that they weren't going to catch anyone.
I don't understand how you can do that though. Like Detroit was struggling mightily. I don't understand how you could say that you couldn't possibly catch up to them. They're 13. Now they're 13 games back, but
it's crazy because
division. But
look at Boston. You have them as a loser, but they went and trade Devers. We all thought they were nuts, and they've been on a tear.
I only say so. I have 2 reasons for having, and also I put the Mets in the middle because I don't want them near my team, and also it's because the Mets traded the majority of their prospects for 2 rentals who I don't think were worth it.
No.
Like you traded all of them for Presley and oh Jesus. Why am I drawing a blank, dude? I'm terrible. Oh God. This is terrible.
I forget, but I know it wasn't. It was a lot.
Oh, well, they got Soto. Tyler Rogers. Thank you.
Yes.
So at the same time, I'm just I'm not seeing what it says failed to send. I see that message, so I'm not sure what you're trying to send. Unless you just want to type it in here. The only reason, the Twins I put because of the reason I just said. They traded everybody.
12 people.
All right, hold on. This is a long one. I'm curious if we will ever see as fans what we saw in the 90s again. I admit as a fan, I loved watching the 90s Braves and 90s Yankees teams dominate their league for as long as they did in 2 World Series they played in against each other. I felt baseball back then had something magical to it. Nowadays, I feel those years will never be seen again because outside of the Dodgers and the NL, who do you really have as a contemporary rival to them? I 100% agree that baseball is not even close and probably will never get to what it was. I will say players are different nowadays.
Podcasts. That's why. Like players get along.
Oh, yeah.
That's why there's not really any rivals anymore.
Yeah, there's no rivalry anymore. Like Boston and New York is. I'm sorry, that's nothing anymore.
Yeah,
I think fans make more of a big deal out of that than the teams even do. They can sit there and read the script that they're given, on the rivalry, but I don't think you'll ever see a run like especially the Braves when they had 13. How many division titles in a row they have?
I think it was like 13.
I should know this. Jesus, it was against us for so long. And it's. I think it's also because you see, players don't stay with teams as much anymore either. Like you had Chipper Jones, you had Andrew Jones. There you had that ridiculous pitching staff of Maddox, Glavine, Schmaltz. I really have to agree. I don't see teams going on, but again, like I said, players aren't the same as they used to be.
No, it's just different.
I wonder if you could actually use Trout as an example. Like the more it looks like, again, before he, became so injury prone and everything, it's like it really blew my mind that Trout signed that long deal with the Angels because the Angels never really did anything to put. They tried to put a good team on the field, but they did it by signing they signed Pujols. Pujols didn't really work out to how
Josh Hamilton.
But it was always just here's one piece. Here's one piece. They never went and did like the Phillies. Oh, we signed Schwarber, and I remember talking about it. And I'm like, yeah, they're probably done. 2 days later, they signed Castellanos. They signed Wheeler. They signed Real Muta or traded for. I'm like, teams like when it comes to someone like Trout, I'm like, you stayed there with the front, seeing the front office do this every single year, just never make that big move. Like Rendon is just a whole different story. Like he's just been a nightmare since he signed there.
Yeah.
But it's just like the team. I guess my whole point is, are players going after the money more than winning? You know?
Yeah. I obviously.
I mean, I really thought the Braves were going to be that that type when they signed Albies, Olsen, Acuna, Riley, and then they had Strider,
Olsen.
and I'm just like, this team is going to be dangerous for the next 5 to 7 years. I admit, as a Cardinals fan, it was hard to see Atlanta winning so much, but as baseball, it was something else to see. That, in my opinion, to harken back to the fans of the 50s and 60s when all you saw was Yankees juggernaut, everyone else gunning for them. But to me, as a fan, I appreciate things like that when they happen versus nowadays when you try to make something that it's not. Yeah, I agree. I think it's just like baseball's just so different nowadays. It's, I mean, look at the NFL, or even specifically like the NFC East. Like each year, it's a different team winning the division.
Yeah.
I mean, like I thought the Dodgers were going to be that, and it's just like the Giants came out of nowhere 2-3 years ago and just won the division, and then they just took 30 games back, a 30 game step back. I mean, you have teams trying, but I have to say, like, I agree. I don't think you're ever going to see really teams go on that type of run anymore.
No.
I just don't think it exists anymore. So anyway, I will say that the Twins were losers because they basically just gave up on the season and traded everybody. And I felt so bad for Buxton because he goes on the IL after he comes out and says, I'm going to be a twin.
I want to be a twin for life.
And the Twins are just like, all right, cool. We're going to trade everybody except you and Joe Ryan.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was just like, well, what the hell?
Yeah.
Because they're not going to be good next year if that's the case. I mean, they have 2 months to look at kids now and hope that they can compete.
Like I said, Buxton though also seems like the type of player like Mike Trout. Like he just doesn't want to leave. Doesn't matter what the situation is.
Yeah, and the only reason I put Ballstone on here is not talking bad about them. I wanted them to do more. They are on such a good roll. I wanted them to do more, and they didn't. They have been a much better team since they got rid of Devers, and ironically enough, the Giants have been a dumpster fire since they traded for Devers. So that is kind of funny. But I mean, was that writing on the wall that you see what the problem is?
Yeah, exactly.
So that was my MLB spiel. On to this little fun topic of Jerry Jones just absolutely being delusional. And ironically enough, after I made this and got everything ready, they come out and they're like, oh, they expect the deal to be done within the next 2 weeks. Could be tomorrow, could be Friday, could be a week from now, but they expect the
maybe
deal to
Jerry
be done.
Jones will forget.
I just, did you see how he was trying to compare this to his deal with Emmitt Smith?
Yes.
Dude, first off, no disrespect to Micah Parsons. Don't compare them two. Like,
no,
you kidding me? I'm an Eagles fan, and I'm even saying don't compare him to Emmitt Smith. And you're talking 30 years ago, dude. Like in the early 90s. Like,
he's delusional.
Yeah. Like his exact quote was, "It took a long time with Emmitt Smith." Back in 1993. Same thing with Zach Martin 2 years ago, CeeDee Lamb last year. When you have the ability for players under contract to basically renegotiate or say, I'm not going to play the contract, then you have those things happen. Well, here's my thing. I believe, and I say this for all sports, if that happens, you as an owner who is paying their salary should have the balls to be like, that is absolutely fine. You are not getting paid until you will live up to your contract. You sign the contract, you are stuck with it. Because can you go back to them and say, well, you played like absolute shit last year? If you average 7.5 sacks, I'm just throwing numbers out here, and you get 2, should I pay you less?
Yeah, the whole thing is a mess, and I just like it because they're in their division, and it's the same thing with Washington with Terry McLaurin. I mean,
And they're saying the same thing that it'll get signed. And
yeah,
I'm like,
they're
what
just
if
saying
both of them are gone?
Yeah, but when they requested the trades, I literally took it with a grain of salt because I was like, they're gonna get signed.
Oh yeah, I mean it's we do this every year,
and I'm wondering if that's gonna be the new thing now. Like, you know how like players hold out. Now it's just gonna be like, I want out. I want to trade.
Well, I mean, to me,
Instead of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. Well, if I'm a fan of that team, I'm immediately going to look and be like, I'm losing so much respect for my owner if he gives into that, and the player for basically being a giant friggin' baby to be like, oh, well, I'm not getting my way, so I'm not going to play. Cool. How about you come into the real world? You go to your job and you say, you know what? I want more money and I'm not showing up for work until I get paid more. Cool. Well, now you get no money because you're fired.
Yeah. And you're on unemployment.
Like, they don't have the balls to, because, and again, this is different. It's the NFL. If they were to cut him, someone would immediately sign him, probably for the money he wants to make. But it's just the fact that, like, dude, like, hold your ground a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's just them coming out, and ironically, I can't believe I'm going to say this, that Jerry Jones is right. He's just like, this happens all the time when they have the power. Well, why? Who gave the players the power? Like, you did.
Yeah.
So, I just had to get into that because I thought this was funny. And I think this is the last little bit of news that we have is that the Raiders are the Eagles are tricking the Raiders into sending us Jacorian Bennett, quarterback, for Thomas Booker, which I'm perfectly fine with. Ryan, our other co-host, said it earlier. You said it too, that
it's a steal.
It is a steal. And DeJean's going to move over to safety. And where else did they say he was going to play?
Nickel.
Thank you. And I think it's going to be fine. And again, like, ironically enough, like, before I came on, like, I got an alert from my app, The Score, where it said, defense still wins championships. And we were still, even after this trade, still rated the number 1 defense in the NFL. And that's with losing
a bunch of people.
Like, that's losing some. That it made me laugh because I was just like, well, that I didn't think that was going to happen, but damn.
No. Yeah.
I figured we'd maybe drop a little bit, but no, people are just, I think, and it's because of Cooper DeJean, because of Quinyon Mitchell, and now because of getting Bennett. I mean, it's a very sneaky move, I think, because we weren't hearing about it. It's such a Howie move. And again, I love going on Twitter when these moves happen, because I love, like, when the Phillies traded for Duran, I just go and see all these people.
Yeah.
Like, Twins fans, sell the team. Ownership is a joke. The Phillies just fleeced us. And I'm seeing the same thing now. If Howie Roseman calls you for a trade, don't accept it. Like,
no.
They try and say, don't accept it. It is going to not work out for you. So, I don't know. I thought it was a great trade. I mean, you see what he's done. 18 receptions allowed, 37 targets, only 176 yards allowed, 0 touchdowns allowed. Like, dude.
And he's going to be in a Vic Fangio defense.
Yeah. Who, I mean, all those could now go to top 5, all of them. So what? That would be 2 more categories.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's gonna be an interesting season coming up. And we are going to have our NFL draft in 3 weeks. 3 weeks on the 24th. It is a Sunday night. If anyone would like to come hang out and watch me try and figure out how to draft a team, because I'm not good at it. And these guys are all serious about it. Me, I'm like, I have fun, but I'm like, oh God, I don't fit in here. In fantasy, I love football. Don't get me wrong, but so anyway, did you have anything? I know I kind of talked a lot tonight. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. It was a good episode, and hopefully the Phillies can go on a heater.
I mean, just keep beating the bad teams and the good teams, but make sure you beat the bad teams because that's where we struggle.
Exactly.
Mother, Donna, Casey, thanks for hanging out. And the Scarlet Standard. I hope Kyle Schwarber doesn't go to Boston, but hey, you can hope. And Dark Sage 9117, thanks for hanging out. I don't know if you follow my page. I'm trying to think of who we're streaming to. The Tired Sports Network page or whatever, but thank you for hanging out. I always love baseball questions like that. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
Donna said when it comes to paying people or players that don't want to play but get paid, reminds me. I think there was something else she was trying to say. I'll hold on 1 second. I really wish. I bet the Twins just to cover 2.5, and they're losing 6-1.
A little bigly when he said.
When he says that you do really do your thing worth, but you don't want to play when you have nothing on your side.
Great movie, by the way.
I was gonna say underrated baseball movie.
Yes.
Donna, you're 100% right. But we will be back next Tuesday. Scott will be another year older.
Sure. Yeah.
But I will see everyone. We will see everyone next week. It's your favorite. Good call. We have to do that. We have to come up with sports movies and baseball movies again.
I'm 100% down for that.
Deal. All right. Everyone, we'll see you next week.
Go Phillies.
Go Phillies. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Let's go Flyers. And Joel Embiid, please retire. See ya.
See ya.